Hey everybody, welcome to my second review for tonight. Tonight I'm going to do a review on the brand new Comodo Internet Security Premium. This is going to be the final version. This has not gotten released yet to the public. We're doing a last quick test in the moderator area, but I haven't played with it yet, so I don't know what's been fixed, what hasn't been fixed, how it runs. We're going to see. So this is going to be version 5.8.21146 blah 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 2121, something like that. I went and grabbed the installer. It is 60 megabytes, so not a huge installer, but the reason I wanted to show you the install is because the install has changed a little bit, much sleeker than it was before. But I wanted to draw some people's attention to a couple of things that they might not realize the installer can do, like where to go. So we'll let this start up here. So you select your language. There's a bunch of languages, but we'll select the English. So this is the beginning of the installer. You can enter your email if you want, no big deal. It's gonna change the DNS servers to Comodo servers, and it's also gonna enable cloud behavior analysis, which means unrecognized programs and files will be submitted to Comodo. So you want to read the privacy policy. If you don't agree with that, that will be turned off. Now if you want to customize the installer, you click the little blue link, and then it lets you change options. I don't install Comodo Geek Buddy because I don't need it, but I install the antivirus and firewall. And in configure options, at this point in time, I leave it just checked, both of them. And then you can choose your file location. You hit back, agree, and I install, and then it's got this cool little spinning whatever it is, and it goes to the install. This is much nicer than it used to be before. It used to also, the number used to be really off. It used to jump to 90% there forever. Now they've actually timed it very well. It looks a lot like what the top AV companies are doing, kind of like Norton, where you have just like one big button at install and you get something that, just doesn't show you anything, it just installs. That's kind of where they got it from. So this is installing, so I'm going to pause right now and wait for it to finish, and I'll come back to show you some of the things that pop up when you install it. Alright, so the installer just finished up. It dropped an icon, and now it's going to automatically update the virus database. It's going to detect the networks. The database has been shrunk a lot. It's now 83.2 megabytes from the original 140, something like that. It's packed much better, and then it gets unpacked. The update process is also much better. So you can click the little X and it'll hide it. You can see it's still doing it. That's fine. Let's see, what do I want to go over here? Everything's pretty much basic. You can turn things on and off through here. You can have a scan now button, stop all traffic. Scanner settings. Now you have do not show antivirus alerts, automatically quarantined, which is good. You don't have to worry about clicking the button anymore. Manual scanning settings you can change however you want. Firewall is basically do not this one is set to do not show pop-up alerts, allow requests. I'm gonna leave it just like this for testing. Personally, on my personal machine, I turn that off because it doesn't bother me. Firewall alerts are no big deal. Let's see, everything else is pretty much like it used to be. Nothing's been changed there. Defense Plus, that one you can still get alerts from unless you click do not show. This enhanced protection mode is something that was brought in during the beta stage, but it's been temporarily disabled because they want to make sure that it works right before, with a lot of different computer and configurations, before it gets permanently enabled. If you want to, you can turn it on. You have to restart your system and test it out. But if something weird happens, I recommend going to the forums and filing a bug report so that way it can be fixed. I've had this on for ever since they started the beta testing at 5.8. Never had a problem on my system. But that doesn't mean you don't have a problem on your system. Another major factor is do not check block all unknown requests if application is closed. This will cause so many problems you can't believe. This is only made for infected systems. I hope that they would put like a little parentheses like they did here for highly infected systems only, because people turn that on and it causes a lot of problems. Everything else is just like it's always been. Nothing's changed there. I don't think there's anything else. Message center, appearance. This is the new theme for people who haven't seen it. You can pick different themes. Logging, connection, update server. Everything else is pretty much standard. Now, when this is done updating, what it's going to do is it's going to start, you're going to get a pop-up and it's going to try to do a system scan. Because it's a new install and it wants to make sure your computer is clean, especially if you don't do a scan. It will basically kind of force you, but you can stop it. Other programs really do force you to do a scan, like A squared that I did. Almost, it forces you to do at least some kind of scan before you ever install it. You can at least stop it here, but you still have to do a full system scan for this to turn from an exclamation point to a green check mark. You still have to do a full scan. Where was it? Now I did notice there's 2 virus scans in the scheduled scan. It's kind of weird. I don't know why. It's a good idea for people who don't do it. It's not a very long scan. It's not an in-depth. It's just a actually, yes, it is. It's an in-depth scan. It's not a critical area scan. So, but they want you to do the scan twice a week. Another thing maybe that they could add in the future would be to run a scan in the background, invisible, when your computer is not in use. So you can, or maybe have a check mark where you say run the scan critical areas invisibly, or under super low system resources or something like that, so it doesn't hog up your computer, but it'll still run the scan, so you don't feel it running in the background and you don't have to do it and you don't have to watch it pop up and do all that fun stuff. That's just an idea. So I'm gonna let this finish, and when it's done, it's gonna pop up in one scan. I'm not gonna scan because there's nothing on the computer. I'm gonna cancel it and then I'm gonna restart, because you need to restart to take full advantage of the Defense Plus drivers and everything else. So let me pause and I'll be right back. Alright, so when you restart the system, you get one little window here asking you if you want to buy the premium version, but if you just click the little tick mark and you click X, you're never bothered to buy it again. It's only a one-time deal. So let's check out the memory usage here. Now the system just restarted, so we'll see where it's sitting at. I have seen it sit as low as I think 6 megabytes. So they've definitely improved resource usage. Right now it's sitting at 22, 23. That's still not that bad, but if you don't do anything, you'll see it'll start to drop slowly. It seems like this version is a little bit lighter feeling on the system than 5.5 was. 5.5 felt a little heavier. You can even see, compared to same computer, same everything, compared even to A squared, Internet Explorer seems to respond a little faster. So let's try the first link here. Okay, that one was isolated in the Comodo sandbox. A lot of these these are very low signature pieces of malware. Okay, this one was also isolated. That's just Adobe trying to install Flash. I want to make sure that I have everything on stateful. Okay, yeah. Okay, this one is that banking thing again. You can't do much about. You just put your can't type anything in here. That's alright. We'll end task on that one. If that doesn't work, there we go. Usually this program just crashes. How's a runtime error from the other one? Alright, we'll see what happens with that one. Ah, this is the banker Trojan. That first one, that other one, is probably also a banker Trojan. I'm just going to kill it real quickly. This way. We'll see what happens here. Okay, that one got blocked. Alright, some media player thing. Okay, and that one got blocked by the AV. Had a signature for it. And that one too. And this one got blocked by the DNS. That one's in the sandbox. And that file was dead. Okay, so now I'm going to disable the AV. I'm going to unpack this folder. So let me pause. Okay, I unpacked it. There's 372. So we're going to scan it. And I'll be back when the scan is done. Alright, so it finished scanning. Took about 3 minutes. And remember that we had 23 left over from MCSoft. So when you hit clean now, it puts all these into quarantine. It doesn't delete them anymore. So it even says, well, are you sure you want to quarantine? Yes. And the quarantine is nice and quick. So we'll see what kind of detection ratio we get. It's 372. So we have 46 left over. 87.6%. Not bad. Still not as good as some of the other AV vendors. Like, we know that MCSoft does very well. They always have high detection ratios. So let's start picking some off. Okay, that one got detected with probably the cloud. Okay, you can see now this is our first Defense Plus alert. And it's if you are unsure, press the sandbox. We'll do that. Let's pick whatever this is. Alright. Pick this Facebook thing. Doesn't seem to do anything. Tried it last time too. Another one of those general requests unlimited access, tells you exactly what to do. Spool SV is going crazy, whatever that is. I don't know if it's the same one or something else that was part of it. Let's try this one. Some kind of fake AV, I suspect. So far I haven't had to answer any cryptic requests. It's all been sandbox, not sandbox, no COM interface, anything. This is the first one I've seen yet. I would hope that soon these disappear. It's trying to basically use search indexer. If you block it, see what happens. Hopefully in version 6 these will disappear. Once again, so I'm trying to use search indexer. I think this one is, I think that one is a zero access rootkit. I'm not 100% sure. We'll upload it. I recognize the name. Oh no, it's one of those ransomware things. Okay, never mind. Okay, so we tested some. I'm going to do the usual restart. That should clear out the sandbox and anything running in it. So let me pause and I'll be right back. Okay, so the system has restarted. Let's see if we have anything else running in memory that is weird or anything. Nothing obvious. So now what I'm going to do is run a full system scan. So this is going to scan everything. And you know what? Oops, before I do that, I'm going to run CCleaner first to get rid of everything in the background. So I will be back when this is done scanning. Alright, so the scan finished and it took 13 minutes and it didn't find anything. Now normally I do a scan with CCleaner, but there's no point because it's got the same signatures. So we're just going to skip that and go directly to Malwarebytes. So I'm going to install Malwarebytes here and I'll do a scan and I'll be back with the results when this is done. So I'll see you then. Alright, the scan just finished here and it found one thing. What did it find? Looks like there was a registry key left over. So this isn't a big deal. Registry keys are not a huge deal. Excuse me. So we will remove it. And last, I'm going to run a scan with Hitman Pro. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to pause and I'll be back with the results. Alright, and Hitman Pro didn't find anything either. So the new version of Comodo is light and as secure as ever. I guess this probably was not, this MediaGet was not anything malware wise, because Malwarebytes always detects these weird rogue programs easily without a big deal. And I think this got installed too inside when I did it. I don't know if I clicked this or not when I was doing A squared, I don't know. But either way, it did nothing came up, no weird detections, nothing, just that one leftover trace. So it's not a big deal. So that's it on this quick little review on the new version of Comodo. I'm not exactly sure when it'll be coming out, but fairly soon. And here you go, you can see what I was talking about on the memory usage. We're like 12 and a half megs right now, so very light. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'm gonna wrap it up here and start processing them and upload both of them. So everybody take care, have a good night, and I'll talk to everybody later.